Hey guys, thanks for joining us again with the Dance Moms After Show, episode 5. This time we are talking about Brady being kicked off, Giannina versus Hannah, and all of the dances and everything that happened in this episode. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining us once again. Episode 5, back at it, Dance Moms After Show. I am your host, Tamra Brown, and guess what? I am not alone.
Back in the house.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Back again. That's right. It's
Mr.
me, everybody.
Tony Moore.
Hi, everyone. It's been a long time. I know I've been away, but guess who's back for an all-new season?
Very excited to have you back on the panel, and
Thanks.
I know we've had a couple comments feeling some kind of way about me hosting the show by myself on the YouTube channel. So here we go.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. I will give you kudos for hosting by yourself. It's not an easy task to host by yourself. It's almost like you're just talking to yourself.
That's
about
literally
a show
what
that you
you're
like.
doing.
Yes, but it's all right. You have somebody to talk to this time. Here I am. We can get down to it.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you guys so much for being here. We're happy to have you. Let's talk about overall thoughts. What in general, did you like this episode, Tony?
I'm still getting back into the dance mom feel because it's been gone for, a couple of years now. And so now that it's back for season 8 with, all new people, it almost feels like a brand new show to me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get used to the fact that I don't see Kalani and Nia and Maddie and Mackenzie and Kendall and Chloe and, and all those girls that I'm used to. And, of course, all their moms. But, yeah, overall, I mean, I'm still enjoying it, but it's still new to me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm enjoying my favorite part, of course, is just seeing the dances.
Of course, we all look forward to the dances.
Yeah, and that's one thing. I think we both at one time or another did Bring It panels too for that show.
We
too.
did.
And I've always said the thing that dance moms that I like is that they show the whole dance unedited.
Yes.
And I always enjoy that because whereas in Bring It, they chop it up so much that it's just so hard to actually say what you liked about the dance and stuff like that. But I do enjoy seeing the full dances, and I like that we're seeing a range of styles. In every episode there's a lyric, a jazz, and then either acro or something completely different. So I'm enjoying seeing all of the dances in this one.
Me too.
Every single dance in this episode I think was completely just nailed it. There was no accidents. There was no part where there were some people, and we'll get into it later, that I was a little worried about. I was like, oof, I hope you're able to pull this off. But I thought all the dances in this episode were very entertaining and, conveyed what it was they were trying to convey. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go in for our first topic today. We're going to talk about Abby didn't even do the pyramid. She just went right into announcing that Brady's out of there.
Yeah. Well, which I thought was a shocker, but to be honest, I understood what she was saying because as a male dancer, I think people are still in awe when a male comes on the stage and they're able to get their leg up there. They're able to turn it. I mean, it's just overall entertaining for people to see a male. And I think
also because there's so much more power.
Yes.
Because extra strength.
Exactly. And I think that what Abby was trying to convey was the thought that the girls are just kind of like, meh, I don't have to lift my leg as high. I don't have to make sure my toes are as pointed because they're not paying attention to me anyway. And it's like, no, they are. They're looking at the whole scope. Even if you feel like they're zeroing in on Brady, they're looking at everything. So I think I don't think she should have necessarily said go home. I think she should have pulled him out just to say, all right, girls, Brady, you're not in the group dance. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna have you do a solo, and then broke everything down like that. She had a point, in my opinion, as to why she did that.
Yeah, I could see that, and I think it was really interesting how Abby basically called out Maddie, but didn't say her name. Said in the past, I've been burned by focusing on one student who is the best dancer, who is my meal ticket, who consistently wins. And when I do that, it doesn't do me any favors. And she just, stayed pretty vague about it, which is the sort of, the appropriate professional thing to do. But Abby ain't appropriate or professional. I'm surprised she didn't just drag Maddie and just drag Melissa for saying, I gave them the spotlight and made them who they are, and it didn't do me any favors,
Well, listen, I don't think Abby wants any more lawsuits or anything. So
Exactly.
I think she's playing it very safe and making sure that she doesn't name anyone, but alludes to the fact that it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think her cutting Brady, I don't know how I feel about it because I see her point, but I kind of feel like, in seasons past where they've had a boy just guest, he's not in every dance. He'll be a part of the group number and won't have any solos, or he will do a duet with one of the other dancers, but maybe not be in the group dance. Like, I feel like she could do something like that, maybe just pull back a little bit, not take him out of the equation entirely.
True, but I also, it's 2019. There are male dancers. It's not taboo anymore to have that. Like, if you see talent in him and think that he can add something to this group, then by all means, let him dance. He's proven himself, and if everyone else has to step up, then guess what? They got to step up, or they need to go home. What I tell you, one of the things I didn't like, and she's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. This is no shade if she's watching, but Stacy is a bit of a firecracker. Like, I'm like, girl, you need to have, as I used to say, several seats, because she's completely
Stacey's
trying
Lily's
it.
mom?
Yes. I'm like, you are completely trying it. And according to all the moms, she was the one that wanted Brady gone. Although she's like, no, I didn't want Brady gone. Like, that wasn't my decision. But, Brady's mom was like, you guys complained about him enough. And now Abby's like, you're gone. But then a lot of the moms, spoke up and said, listen, that's not what we wanted. We think Brady is amazing. We think he's a great kid. And this sucks, basically. But I think low-key Stacey was happy.
I think so, too. I think so, too, because every time the moms were like, well, we don't want him to go. And then it would cut to Stacey, and she'd be like...
just looking at her nails, not paying attention, like...
Yeah.
Especially after that whole blow-up, like, last week with Liliana being like, I don't even know why I came back. It's like, girl, we all know why you came back. You trying to be on the TV. Like, if I had an opportunity to be on Dance Moms, and get my zhuzh on there, I would 100% take the opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If Abby would take me right now in that studio, I would for sure be.
Just know I'm coming with simple feet. Just FYI.
Yep. Using those dance terms for you guys.
Exactly.
That's kind of what I said. I guess we can kind of segue into our second topic right now, because last week, one thing that I said was Giannina has an amazing resume. She's been on Broadway. She has danced in, I believe, a Mariah Carey music video and a couple other music videos.
She was in The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
She was on Broadway.
She doesn't need this for her. She's already passed, like most girls who dance with Abby are trying to work in the professional world. She's already working in the professional world. So I was saying last week that the reason that she's probably on the show is just that, exactly what you were saying, like name recognition. She wants people to know who she is and know that name. It's a platform.
It's a platform. Like when you get on a successful reality show that's a part of your brand. This is all industry stuff. I've grown up. It's great to have this platform to further put yourself out there, because we've seen what it's done for these kids and for Abby and for the moms, who have been a part of the show, whether they had a great time on it or not. It's opened a lot of doors for them, and I think that anyone who wants to be a part of the show is hoping that there's a door, a window, a mousetrap, a cat, dog, something, a vent that will just open up for them.
An air duct.
Something that's going to open up for them.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So she's Miss, I'm going to call her Gia because they call
her Janina. They call her
that's her full name.
That name does not roll off the tongue.
No.
That name.
Gia. She's just trying to get her life, but she does have a lot to prove because last week she was complaining that, well, lyrical is more my forte, and you gave me a jazz number, and if you're a dancer, you need to be versatile, first of all. But Abby said, all right, you need a lyrical to win? Prove it. Here's a lyrical. So she had to step up to the plate.
Yep. She
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So we want to talk a little bit about Giannina versus Hannah. So again, they faced off and both got solos this week, and so Hannah did her very sassy, was like a nod to Gypsy Rose Lee.
Yes.
And then Giannina got her lyrical dance that she had been wanting.
Yes, which was in memory of her grandmother.
Yeah.
Because it was called Snowflake. And she said 10 days after she made her Broadway appearance, her grandmother passed away. And the day that she passed away, it snowed. So she feels like whenever it snows, she feels like her grandmother is watching over her, or, you know, letting her know that she's there.
Yeah. I gotta say, listen, I'm gonna sound like a real jerk when in this one, but man, those tears, I was like, girl, you are an actress, because as soon as they are at Pyramid, and I think Abby just got the first sentence out of her mouth, this is a nod to your grandma. It's like,
shade.
oh boy. Ooh.
Well, it touched her. It touched her
It
right
sure
here.
did.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's a sensitive topic for her.
And just boo-hoo through the whole look. I've lost grandparents when I was young too. It is sad. It is a sad thing, but I felt there was a lot of milking going on for the cameras with that.
Let's hope it's not milking. Let's hope that she really had a great relationship with her grandmother and was very close with her.
I'm sure she did.
And you know that it was a touching moment, and she didn't pull a stunt where she was like, you're Abby and I'm her and we're at the Pyramid. It's for your grandmother. You know, making sure that, you know, the camera is on her. You know what I mean? Like, so I hope it wasn't that. I mean, we all know some people pull some stunts in shows,
yeah. So Giannina versus Hannah. Which dance did you like better?
I like them both for different reasons. I will say I was surprised that Hannah could pull off the sassiness, and this is why. Hannah is very quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Quiet people make me nervous.
She
because
doesn't say a word.
No, because they're like, her mom talks more for her than Hannah does. But I feel like she's one of those people that even though she's quiet, she talks through movement. So when she started performing the number, I was like, well, who's this girl? You know, who is this? Are you okay? So you're gonna be okay, Hannah, okay, I see you with your sass and everything like that. So I enjoyed her dance, but of course, Gia's Snowflake dance was just beautiful, you know, movement, and I think she really felt the emotion behind it. I almost felt like, you know, she was about to give, like, what I used to always say, the Maddie face, you know, and like really like and feel it and embody it.
That dance absolutely ended with that.
Oh,
signature
the classic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the classic Maddie face.
Yeah.
Someone should turn that into a GIF. Yeah, but Gia had to step up because, again, Abby was like, you got to beat Hannah, which good luck, Hannah.
Yeah.
So, but she had to prove herself. She said lyrical is her thing, so she had to prove herself.
Here's the thing. I think Hannah she really needs to break out of her shell, or she's not going to get as far as she wants to. You can be the top of your game, but the way entertainment works is so much is still, you can be absolutely on top of your game, but so much is still dependent on networking and who wants to work with who.
Your personality
For sure. So when you just fall into the background, you know, God love you, like, she's a great dancer, but it's show business. You know, you need to show even off the stage.
You have to have a sense of I'm here. You have to have a presence. When you walk into a room, you don't have to say I'm here, but people know that you're here to where they're like, who's that? Mm-hmm. And then you can't be like,
what
oh, that sounds.
What do I say?
Oh my God, that sounds very ASMR. Hi, my name is Hannah. It's very ASMR.
To use those, what is that called?
I don't know what the letters mean, mm-hmm. but I just know that they talk in a very slow voice like this, and then they can hear everything, and then even if you, I don't know that. People like it. I don't know.
I think her mom's not doing her any favors by doing so much talking for her.
No, I because you can't rely on mom all the time. Mm-hmm. You gotta step it up.
I did really love Hannah's dance, and I think something's changed in production of this show since previous seasons, where we don't see. I was really trying to watch Hannah's face, and you really couldn't see. She was like kind of. The way the camera was up with the lighting, like it was even, in the center stage, she still kind of had a lot of shadows. It was hard for me to see if she was doing facial expressions or not.
I know what you mean. I think the lighting at the competition wasn't great because there were a lot of dark spots. Like it wasn't well lit. Yeah.
Because I could not tell if she was performing, like facially, like emotionally performing or not. Yeah. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Because if you backed up too much, then there was a shadow and you couldn't see. But I don't think that was the fault of the camera or them per se. I think the competition didn't like the stage as it should, because it was like that even when they do the montage of everybody else, before they get to them, it was very dark, and I thought they must have only had like 3 lights. Yeah. That it was lit up just enough to see something. Yeah.
Well, before we go into our third topic, one more thing I wanted to say about Giannina is that this child, last episode, she said the thing to Abby. Remember, she said she didn't care what Abby, she didn't care about Abby's opinion. She didn't care about what Abby thought of her. Mm-hmm. And then she denied that she said it, even though we heard her say that on camera. This episode, she said it was after the awards, and it was after when they were all back in the room, and I think Abby had just Abby hadn't come in yet, and she was sitting at like the makeup station, and she said something about like, I should have wrote down verbatim what she said, but it was something like it's clear who the better dancer is, and even her mom was like, hey, don't say that, don't say and so it's just like, boy, this girl, when she thinks nobody's listening, really
y'all are always mic'd up.
Yeah, like
it just needs a little piece of humble pie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she needs to check herself, because that's going to really. Someone's not going to put up with that, and she's going to get kicked off, get cut from a production, get cut from a show, something like that. Because same thing with, what we're saying, Hannah needs more personality. You need to be pleasant to be around. So if Giannina's going to keep throwing out that attitude, she's got to watch herself.
She needs to, because people don't like to work with people with attitudes. They'll take someone with less talent, with no attitude, than someone with a lot of talent and an attitude.
That's why I was hosting the panel by myself for so long. They just couldn't take my attitude. Yeah. No,
but you did wonderful.
I'm a joy to be around, honestly,
so far, so good. So far, so good. I'm still here.
Oh, yay.
Still here.
Okay, so we need anything?
Oh, sure. So a little bit of news, everyone.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Is it or a little announcement before we get into news and gossip? We want to make sure that to say thank you to you guys. We are the ESPN of TV Talk, and for us to continue to grow, we could use your help. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure you give us 5 stars and leave a comment. Let us know what you like and what more you want to see, and all great things, and make sure you share it with everybody. And of course, leave a comment like I just said. But being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to me. I've been here for years, and the opportunity to come and talk about my favorite show. It's always a joy, and I always want to continue to share that with you all, and we can't do that unless you subscribe. So make sure you subscribe right now while you're listening to this, and that way you can share the love. Thank you so much for supporting. Cheers.
Yay.
I don't think you're supposed to cheers in front of kids. It's water. It's water, everyone. Okay.
Soda,
Yeah.
apple cider. Awesome. So let's real quick. We'll just go through the the awards ceremony.
Yes.
So as far as solos go,
Uh-huh.
Hannah got 7th.
Ooh, look, when they start low, I'm like, whoo, somebody did not place very well. But, you know, her dance was, like you said, was a nod to Gypsy Rose Lee, which I think if you're in entertainment, if you are an actor, a dancer, any type of performer, you should always be familiar with these people. Mm-hmm. And Gypsy Rose Lee was a burlesque dancer who had a very, very controlling stage mom. And I thought that Hannah did a great job with her solo. I thought she looked great. And I was, again, very shocked at how she just fell right into it, right from that peek into the curtain, and then she gave that little leg and she gave that shoulder and went down. I was like, okay, girl, you are hitting it. Yeah. But she placed 7th, which I was kind of surprised about.
I couldn't believe it either. I mean, I thought she did a great job. And there's been dances in the past where somebody's gotten 2nd or 1st that I didn't think was as good a dance as Hannah's dance was to this sassy number. So
Yeah.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
I could not believe she got 7th. I wonder what the story was on.
I feel like we're going to find out more info maybe about the scoring next week.
Yeah, I think so. Well, they did tease. So Brady got 2nd.
Brady got 2nd, which see, here's the thing. So Brady did Swan Song, which was kind of like a Black Swan, and I thought he was great. I thought his movements were great. I just needed him to really hit it and be strong and like really just like be a little more stronger in the dance and a little more like you know what I mean? Like it seemed to miss that. He was doing great with the movement, but there are just certain things that need to be like hit harder and hit stronger, you know, to make more of an impact.
Did you think he messed up at one point? It looked like he went into a penché and then fell and put his hand down, and then it cut to his mom going, "Oh," she said like, "Oh goodness," and then I was like, "Oh, he messed up," but then they didn't mention it at all.
There was, I think maybe it was his dance where I did feel like he got like a little lost or something, like something happened. I'm not sure if he messed up or if he was just kind of like, where am I? Got it. You know what I mean? But maybe.
Because I wondered if maybe he messed up and then for whatever reason, the narrative of the show, they chose not to say that maybe that was the reason that he got 2nd. But who knows?
Well, Abby, we'll go over the rest of it and then we'll go back to the tea with what Abby thought.
Okay. And then first place, Giannina got 1st with the lyrical dance.
Oh, that was beautiful. I thought the whole snowflake thing was beautiful. I almost just kind of wish that there was a way to have like some snow fall or she just kind of, you know, and do, you know, something, you know. I don't know what that was, nice. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you like the group number?
I did. Oh, the group number was amazing.
Yeah.
And they all do fouettes all at the same time. They were just completely in sync for the fouettes, which is incredibly hard.
And it was a tribute to Queen, the band Queen. If you guys are not familiar with Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie that just came out, and Freddie Mercury, again, know your zhuzh. They called it King of Queens, and Brady was portraying Freddie Mercury. Again, great job. I just wanted a little more because in the episode, I think this was Michelle, the mom Michelle, was saying that, you know, Freddie Mercury was this, you know, outgoing, you know, flamboyant, like, entertainer. And she was like, I don't think Brady can deliver that, which was shade on Michelle's part. But I looked at the dance and I was like, you know what, this is one of those character things where you have to embody this character. Like you can't be Brady in this moment. You have to be Fred Mercury right now. And so, you know, if there's a kick, you have to like, how would Fred Mercury kick and do like, you know, an embellish of that to be in character. You know what I mean? So I think just in that aspect, just a little more from him would have been great. But I think as a unit, they dance really well together.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful, but yeah, I can see what you're saying. Maybe, so the group number got first.
Yes.
Which I think it should have.
Yeah.
So yeah, do we want to talk about what Abby's reaction?
Yeah. So the tea was Gianna and Abby were in the back talking with one of the EPs about the scoring and felt like, yes, Gia did great. However, you know, there's no way that she could have beat Brady because the dance was phenomenal. And she's talking about the solos. So Abby decided to do a little investigating, and she, the kids are talking and she whizzes by, which side note, I am loving Abby and her chair because there are shots of her that just give me life. When she's like reclined, when she's reclined in the studio, just kind of like this, and just like looking at the dance,
but like still shot it higher.
Yeah.
Bevels!
Like she's just kind of here, just kind of relaxing. Or when she whizzed by them, like don't pay attention to me, don't mind, and she just, or like when she went to the, when she was going to the pyramid and she was talking and then like she was done and she just went, and I was like, it sucks that she's in the chair, but I love the chair.
It,
yeah, she's definitely embracing the chair and loving it. But she did some investigating and wanted to know more information about the male judge. Because she felt like there might have been some jealousy, which made him score Brady lower, which that was some of the tea that was going on before Abby came back into the room, was that Gia felt like, oh, Abby's going to try to take my win away from me and give it to Brady. And, you know, Abby felt like, you know, oh, maybe there was jealousy in that he scored Brady lower, and then found out, oh, he's from Miami. So he must be familiar with you. But in the tease for next week, we find out that he actually scored him the highest. So, boom on that. Yeah. But that was all that rigmarole that happened, all that rigor mortis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those things happen, and we've seen Abby in the past. She went to bat for Maddie for things like that. When Maddie would get second for something, and she'd storm up there and be like, "Wait a minute, let me see those scores." So that's nothing new for Abby.
No, not at all. Same antics.
Yeah.
Same stuff.
Okay, so maybe now's the time to move into news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Yay!
Well, first off, if you guys haven't been following the previous cast, I don't know if you guys know or not, but Miss Nia Sue was on The Bold and the Beautiful, and unfortunately, though, recently her character got killed off.
Oh,
so
no.
they've killed off her character. So Nia's run on Bold and the Beautiful has ended. But congratulations to her for a phenomenal job and a phenomenal run. And in soaps, sometimes you never know. They can always bring you back as a twin, as a ghost, as a completely different character.
That's true.
Who knows?
Because you know soap operas, right?
I do know soap operas because I cover one every Sunday called Dishin' Days for Days of Our Lives. So I know a thing or two about the soaps.
I wonder how her character died.
Car crash.
Oh,
so she got ran off the road, and then the car went over a cliff, and then they showed her like with stuff going. This is what I was told. Stuff going through her to really show that she was dead.
Wow.
Yeah. But apparently she had found out her character found out something that she wasn't supposed to find out.
Oh.
So she had to get.
There it is.
Yeah. But you also had great news about Nia and what she was doing with her social media.
So I follow Nia on Instagram, and I really love Nia's photos. She's been hashtagging body positive, and she's been posting all of these really beautiful shots of, she's usually in a swimsuit and just either dancing or posing, but she's very into the body positivity, and she posted a great shot of on the Santa Monica Pier doing like a leap, and it was beautiful.
I think it was done by the same photographer. I don't know his name, but he always has her like in the street. Like he'll go 1, 2, 3, go, and she'll do like a back bend or a leap or something, and it's always a beautiful shot that he gets of her. Like I think there was one in New York, and it was like the city of New York, and it was just her right there in the middle, and she was just like bam, and I was like, you better work, Nia.
Good for her.
Yeah, but also another thing that I saw was Kalani had posted that she was going to just start showing more of herself, her true self, so that there's no misinterpretation on social media through like a picture or anything like that. She just wanted to feel more connected with the people that follow her and show like a really true, honest side of her. And in case you didn't know how she is already, she has a YouTube channel, so make sure you go check that out. But I like that these girls are using their platform to show other girls how to not let barriers get in your way, and that, you know, if you feel like you're too thick to be a dancer, or you've been told no or something like that, that you can persevere and move forward.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And I think Brianna in the booth has some more news for us.
Yes, we found a couple of things. So yesterday, apparently, Abby posted a shot on her Instagram, which has now been deleted, but it was, I guess, a shot of a photo of herself wiping a tear from her eyes, and people were just kind of like freaking out, like, what happened? Who died? Are you okay? Is the cancer back? Like, people really were concerned, and it turns out she was just posting it for some celebrities who have died in 2019. She just wanted to pay tribute, but because of the feedback that it got, I think that she took the photo down so that people would not be as concerned with her well-being.
Yeah.
And so then another thing that I found is that apparently we're going to get this new dancer on Dance Moms. It's a 12-year-old from Jacksonville, and her name is Paris Moore. I have a couple photos of her.
No
here,
relation.
guys.
No relation.
You sure, Tony?
Well, I think so. We might need to do an Ancestry.com to find out.
But this is the pictures of her. It says that she's going to have some episodes coming up in 2018. So
Gorgeous.
maybe this is the Brody replacement that we'll be getting coming up.
Well, she's gorgeous, and I'm, not to play the race card, but I'm glad to see an African American female on the team.
It's a fully white team right now.
Right now, yeah. And I was just like, I need a dash of color, please.
Yeah, I mean, especially now when more shows are diversifying, but
Yes.
but Dance Moms is getting less diverse.
But I'm glad Miss Paris is going to join. She looks like she's a fierce dancer. She's probably gonna bring it when she comes on.
And also, I think 12 would make her. Would she be one of the younger ones? Because I think the girls are mostly like 14, but Lily's 10. No, 11.
There's one thing about this show. I never knew the ages.
It's always so hard to tell. And one other quick piece, and speaking of ages, so Jojo Siwa is going to, she's starting a new tour, and she's got tour dates on her website. And when she posts clips of like her like clips from her live shows, it's so funny to me because Jojo's 16, but a lot of times in these dance shows, we talk about how, like, these girls, maybe like Hannah, the mom, was saying, like, no tassels, these girls are sexualized very early. But I love that JoJo is 16 and her live show is completely bubblegum pop. Like, there's nothing scandalous, nothing sexy about it.
Well, that's very her brand. And I think also she's been very influenced by Elton John and the movie Rocket Man, and I think that has added even more glitter to her show. And it was also choreographed by Richie Jackson, who is Lady Gaga's choreographer. and was also one of the judges on Abby's Ultimate Dance competition. So they've kept their relationship, and so I think you add all that in and a dash of Nickelodeon, like you're just gonna get a very fun show, and I'm glad that she's just stuck true to who she is and her brand.
Yeah, me
so
too.
Yeah,
me
yeah.
too.
If you haven't, make sure you go check out her show. I think she just added new dates to her show, and it's been doing very well. So shout out to Jojo.
Yeah. Should we do some predictions?
Sure.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I have not done a recap show like this in so long that, like, when you said predictions, I was like, oh yeah, we did used to do that.
Come on, Tony.
I know. It's like a time warp right now. Like, I'm going back in time to, like, the times of dance moms.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a time warp for everybody since it's been so long since we've seen the show.
I know.
And our OG girls are getting so much older now.
Yes. Let's see, predictions. Based on what I saw, I feel like Brady is not going to be gone that long. I feel like, it's going to be an episode or two, and he'll be back. I think that the drama is definitely going to ensue because of the Nancy Drew-ness of Abby trying to figure out why Brady got second. So...
yeah,
that's my prediction.
That is, she's going to Nancy. She's going to do some detective work.
Yeah.
I think that at some point, I don't know if it's going to be the next episode or by the end of the season, but I think Sarah and Savannah are definitely gone because we don't know these girls. We don't see them. We don't see them dance. We don't see anything personal about them. I don't know who they are. I don't know if I like them or dislike them. Like, they're keeping us so unattached to these two girls. It's like they're going to be gone for sure.
But sometimes flying low under the radar kind of helps sometimes until you get called out. And then when you get called out, you got to show up. Because I would say Nia was kind of like that. Nia was kind of the quiet girl, and she did what she was supposed to do and everything like that, and it worked for her. So,
but especially since I don't know, we're anticipating some cuts. That's still my guess.
Listen,
it's gonna be
everyone's replaceable. So who knows who's gonna get cut?
And what else was I gonna say? But. The brunette mom, I don't remember her name. It's Savannah's mom. Boy, she gets on my last nerve. I'm sure Savannah's great, but I wouldn't mind at all if that mom went.
I just would like Stacey to not have such a chip on her shoulder. Like, I know that she's been through the ringer with Abby and everything like that, but she made it through. And two other girls who were on the show last season did not make it this season. So either you want to be there or not. If you don't want to be there, then give that spot up for someone else who wants to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop all this bickering and stop all this going back and forth. And Michelle, I'm watching her because she got the spoon and she kind of stirs the pot a little bit. She's one of those moms that come up and go, well, I heard that Stacey said that she didn't like your child. I mean, I'm not trying to start anything. Anytime someone says I'm not trying to start anything, they're trying to start something because all they're doing is this. Just stirring that pot.
Completely innocent. Oh, all right, you guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Hey, Tony, where can they find you?
Well, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website loungingwithtony.com. It ain't changed, y'all. It's still the same.
Yeah, and you can find me on YouTube at Hey Tamra, HeyTamra, and check out my comedy dance troupe Liquid Feet on YouTube. Liquid Feet, that's us. So we will be back again next week, you guys. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.